Hey there guys, welcome to another Introduction to Tricking series tutorial. Today we're going over the cartwheel. It's one of the most simple, basic, and fun tricks that you can do as a beginner. It looks like this. Alright. So you start by winding up, put your foot down, hand down, foot down, and foot down. It's a little bit more complicated than that, so let's go over the breakdown. So you start by winding up, pivoting your foot outwards, reaching with your hands, and kicking with your back foot. Go up into a handstand and twist so that you're facing the opposite direction in the way that you came when you land. Alright, so let's go over that again. Wind up, pivot the foot outwards, reach over the top, kick with your back leg, go up into a handstand, and twist on your way down. Alright, so if you notice, I'm facing this way in the direction that I'm traveling when I start and facing the opposite when I land. That makes it so that my belly button is facing the target throughout the trick, facing the camera. So ultimately that's what you want, to have a nice symmetrical cartwheel. Alright, so the progression for the cartwheel is you do little baby cartwheels. And if you see I'm on a white line, I put my hands on the white line and jump around them so that my feet are back on the white line. And this is just a really low off-axis cartwheel. And if I get comfortable with that, I can raise my feet so that they get a little bit higher, and it'll look something like that. So that's my feet at about hip level. That'd be like a hip level cartwheel. Once you get comfortable with that, I move the feet a little bit higher so that they're about shoulder level now. This kind of off-axis cartwheel is good for a few tricking transitions like wraps and things like that. So it's beneficial to play with different types of cartwheels at different angles, see what works for you. Once you get comfortable with that, you can do a straight over cartwheel. And that's pretty much the progression right there. Alright, so let's go over some problems we have with cartwheel. First one I see a lot is cartwheel turning into like a front handspring kind of thing. This happens if you continue the same twisting direction as when you start the cartwheel. But don't think of it like a twist per se. It's more like you're facing the ground the whole time when you do your cartwheel. You don't want to push your arms back when you do your cartwheel. You just want to have a nice big straight shape when you do it. But what helps me is I look at the ground the entire time when I do the cartwheel. It helps to think about having your chest face the ground the entire time. Doing the progression, as we saw earlier, will help you with that. Alright, so the next thing I see a bit is doing a cartwheel while hollowing. It's going to result in a tucked kind of crunchy looking cartwheel. It's not very pretty. A cartwheel, you want it to be a nice big shape, so you want to extend all your limbs, keep them locked and straight, and make a big circle shape while you do it. Keep your spine straight throughout the movement, and think about going really far with your cartwheel. This is what happens when you don't go really far with your cartwheel. And having a really short distance cartwheel isn't the worst thing in the world, but it makes it difficult to transition to other tricks. A cartwheel is typically not a trick that you finish on, so you're going to be using it into bigger, more difficult tricks. So the idea is you want a nice, long, stretched out cartwheel. As you can see, I'm progressively lengthening the distance of my cartwheel here. When you have a nice, big, long cartwheel, you can block out of it like so. And this is going to be a cartwheel that's really small, and it's more difficult to block out of. So that's pretty much my tutorial, guys. Here's a few more angles for you to help you out. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next tutorial.